Hey everybody and welcome back. Tonight it's going to be slightly different. I'm not going to do a face shave. I'm going to do a head shave and I'm going to use the Starling. The reason behind that is since the Starling has been re-released not too long ago by PAA, I've had a few people ask me about head shaves with the Starling because this is a razor that I travel with. I do most of my head shaves with it when I'm on the road. Depending on what other razors I happen to bring with me as well. But most of my head shaves and a good chunk of my face shaves have been with the Starling over the past year and a half, however long I've had it. So tonight we're going to go with the Omega 10048 bore. Whipped up the lather here, and this is a Caribbean Holiday from Razarock. The soap itself is a mediocre performer, but the scent is absolutely amazing. It's one of the better scents, one of the best scents out there. I absolutely love it. Just performance, at least on my face, has been severely lacking. So we're gonna use that for the head shave tonight, and I might be able to use up my last little bit of the sample that was generously given to me. So it's just like, I prepare the head just like I do if I'm doing a face shave. Nice warm shower, we get it wet. And then depending on if I bowl lather or head lather in this case, depends on my approach there. I have used Pearl right from the tub with this brush. I kind of work it. So I just kind of paint around like I'm going to do my face, and just kind of work the lather a little bit. And as I mentioned, this isn't the best soap, but it works great for heads, at least for me anyway. So after I work the lather, just kind of paint it on a little bit. I've done head shaves in Facebook groups, but I don't think I've ever done them on camera for the channel. So as far as shaving the head with the Starling, angle and pressure are very important. Hopefully if you've been shaving your head for a little bit, you have an idea of the growth of your hair. I know mine grows this way, kind of here. I don't have a whole lot, so it doesn't really matter, and it grows at a weird angle. I'm not worried about a BBS shave on my head. I shave my head about every 2 days, every other day roughly, sometimes more depending on if I'm feeling like it or not. But to get started, I find the angle, and I start down here by my ear. I just kind of put it right here, and it's kind of flat. The good thing with the Starling is your angle is this little bit right here. If you follow that, you're pretty close. And you can see just nice little strokes that you kind of follow the contour of my head, and then I just kind of go down. And then for anyone that's used a straight razor or a shavette, you'll know that pulling your skin or making sure your skin is tight is kind of important. So if you notice, as I go down to the back of my head, I start to look down just to keep the skin back here nice and tight, because if you don't, that's where you can end up with a little bit of weepers and issues, especially if you have any kind of moles, rough spots, wherever that may be. So here again, just start off very light pressure and just kind of follow the contour, keeping, and this way if I move my head, it helps keep that angle on the razor consistent. Now, one thing I do with my head that's different than if I'm shaving my face with a single-edged or a double-edged razor is I do change hands. And again, just keeping that angle, and this is gonna be slightly weird, keeping that angle just nice and consistent, and just kind of pull back and tilt your head. And just kind of till you're looking down. That way, your skin in the back of your head is nice and tight. I was looking in the mirror on this pass, so Just a little bit there in the center. Not a big deal. So just kind of keep going. And also with the Starling, I got the leather a little wet here. It has a little bit longer base plate, as you can see, so you can go through a little bit more passes before I have to rinse off. So you go through there. And normally I don't wear a shirt when I shave my head, but since I'm on camera, no one wants to see this without a shirt. Not wearing a shirt makes it easier for when you go down and get your neck. And get that neckline and keep that clean. But also, as you notice, as I'm coming this way, I tilt my head to the side to get that, to again stretch the skin. So I can get that. And again, angle and light pressure. Once you get used to the Starling or any gem razor really, shaving your face, it's really easy to follow the same mechanics on your head. So here again, there's the angle. And you can see plenty of stubble in there. It's been a little bit since as I mentioned, been a few days since I've shaved the head. So then depending on how close I want to get it, you know, because I'm using my left hand, there's usually some spots that I miss. So I just kind of go back over that a little bit, but I'll get those on the against, with, cross, whatever grain shave. My second pass. Like I said, I'm not super interested in getting a BBS because the hair grows differently on my head. I'm just interested in a nice shave without much irritation. And if you let the razor do the work, the great thing with the Starling is you can have this as mild as you want, if you have it like this, and just slight tilt, or slightly more aggressive if you tilt a little bit more. If you like the MMOC or other more aggressive style gem razors, you can get that with the Starling. You can get also a nice mild shave. It's wonderful for a head shave. I started using the Starling on the head mostly because I was already shaving with it one night a little while ago, and I had a DE razor with me, and I just didn't feel like breaking out the DE after I had finished my face shave. So I just did the one pass, just the front to back, just to get used to the angle and make sure I didn't cut myself too badly. And that's one thing else I'd recommend. If you're using a brand new style of razor to shave your head, because you can't really see the back, you have to really go by feel. I would recommend starting with just one single pass, just see how it goes, and then slowly work your way up to a full shave with that razor. So now with the neck, again, I start here in that angle, and I just slowly go up. And I might put a little bit more angle on it on this pass. One, because razor can handle it, my head can handle it. And it's harder to keep that nice, steeper angle like this when you're going up on the back of your head. So this is something I wouldn't recommend with a brand new PTF blade, per se. Because I don't know about you, but for me, even if I cork the PTF blades, they're still a little rough. So here, again, trying to put this on camera as much as possible, just so you can kind of see that angle, but also see what I'm doing. So that's all by feel. If you do it enough, you know how much to move over. And sometimes I'll hold it closer up here to get down by the base of my head. But also in the back, I kind of semi-buff. Then when I get to the top or the sides, I just do one pull. Mostly because there's not a lot of hair on the top anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And the back of my head is a little bit more thick. At least where the bald spot stops. Now depending on how I'm feeling, sometimes I'll switch my hands and go this way. So again, if I do this. And then again, I just pull the head up a little bit and kind of hold the hand still. That way where there's not a lot of hair, I can make sure I keep the angle right so I don't gouge myself. Or if you have a mole or blemishes, whatever that may be, kind of letting your head do the motions will make it easier to keep that angle. So again, here if I'm pulling up, if I start here and go up, that's kind of the angle that I use. You can see it's mostly laying flat on my head based on the geometry of the cap. And that's just kind of how I do that by my ears. And something else that I don't know if you've seen people do is fold your ear over and kind of make sure you can get this little tuft, that little spot right there behind the ear, or near the top of your ear. Or you can also pull it this way and kind of get right there. There we go. And then just kind of feel around, see where I missed. And here I've usually found that using my right hand on the left side of my head going up sometimes to get these spots I've not gotten before, it's sometimes easier, but not over here because I am right-handed. I find it easier to do. Use my right hand, and here again, you can see that angle is not very steep. And here you can roll into it as well, like if you're doing under your nose. So there's a good example of that angle. So that's the angle I try to keep on most of the shave, just so it's not too bad. And once you get used to shaving your head, I mean, if you've used a cartridge in the past or a DE, switching over to the Starling is really easy, or any single-edged razor, outside of a Chevette. Those are a different beast. I have the one pass head shave with the Chevette before just going front to back. That was nerve-wracking. But there, that's not bad. I had some couple bumps on my head, but no red. And there's a little bump right here on the back. But that's a really smooth shave. Don't need to go over a whole lot of spaces here. Don't feel a lot of irritation. If I do, it's mostly from the soap. But that's how I shave my head with the Starling and most single edge razors. There are some of them out there that are different angles, like the MMOC or Mechomatic Open Comb. But this is my usual razor of choice, especially when I'm on the road. I bring this with me every trip, and this is what I use most of the time to shave my head. Hopefully you found this helpful for those that are considering shaving their head with a Starling or a similar gem style razor, or even a DE. Now of course a DE is going to be a slightly different angle. You're going to be not quite as flat, you'll be more at that 30-degree or so angle right here, and do your thing. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and hope to catch you guys again next week.